Good morning, it is VapeAM, and today iJoy has another new kit coming out, the third one in as many months. This is all about the iJoy new Shogun kit. Check it out and bring coffee. It's VapeAM, we've got the iJoy Shogun kit. We're gonna open this thing up and talk all about it today. Good morning, it is VapeAM. VapeAM is a morning show, Wednesdays and Saturdays, and we're here at 8 o'clock in the morning Pacific. Also on replays, obviously, on YouTube. Here at YouTube/JuicyJonesHQ. You can also find us at Instagram/JuicyJonesHQ and at Twitter at JuicyJones. I hope you guys are having a great morning. I hope all of you have a cup of coffee. I sure need it. And to vape, I'm vaping on my Mystique right in this very second, and there, right there, is the new Mystique kit. I'm sorry, the new Shogun kit from iJoy. This thing's pretty cool. I just propped it up there for you. There that guy is. I'm vaping on this guy. We did a review of the Mystique just a couple of weeks ago, and iJoy has been cranking out these small mods here for the last few months. They're 18650 mods, which is unfortunate for me because I prefer 2700s, but I don't know what iJoy's up to. They've just decided to make some 18650 mods. This one is a new dual that just came out recently. In fact, it's on pre-order right now over at Heaven Gifts and at iJoyusa.com, and they cost about 70 bucks retail, and I think it's going to cost you about 58 bucks or so if you use our discount. Click on the link down in the description and use the code JuicyJonesHQ at Heaven Gifts, or use the code JuicyJuice over at iJoyUSA. It'll cost a little bit more there. So this guy, I hope you're all having a nice morning, by the way. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Hey, James, Michaela, Josh, Gage, JT, Jason, Brandon Taft, Mike Burionette, Chris Manis, I almost said Madness, James Rivera, and everybody else. Jason Kennedy, Gage Slagle. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a great morning. Everybody, tell me where you're at, what you're vaping on, and if you've ever heard about this kit right here. If you haven't already done that, let's get to the unboxing, shall we? You guys be sure to say hello to people as they come in. Here we are. This is the new iJoy Shogun kit. It's got these cool waxed panels, which are the rage these days. I'm going to bring the focus up just a little bit, just to get a little closer. It's got a metal zinc alloy outside. Not too heavy. It's got batteries in it right now, and it feels pretty substantial. Definitely, I wouldn't call it heavy. Got some vent holes and the cool Katana. I don't know why they call this the Univ mod if it's the Shogun kit and they have a Japanese theme. It's kind of strange. I'm kind of ignoring that and just calling it the Shogun mod. I hope they don't mind that. I don't know if that's what they want or not. It's got the same kit, the same chip in it that the wand and the Katana has in it. Right there. The Katana V1. And this is basically the same thing, except with two cells in it. As you see here, on the main display, we have the wattage display, the mode we're in, which I'll get to that in just a second, the voltage, in this case we're in wattage, and then the ohm reading, the puff meter, and the battery meter. If you hold the button down or press the button 3 times, you get the menu. But I believe here in power, you can go from, I think the minimum is about 1, but we're going to find out here. The minimum is 5 watts, and this should go all the way up to 180. It's going to depend on the batteries you put in here, but with good 35 amp batteries, if you can buy those for 18650s, then you'll get good results with this. And it's pretty good overall in any case. I haven't had any trouble with this. The ramp up time is good. Battery life is pretty good. 18650 technology is pretty well understood. And they haven't tried to go crazy by making it go over 180 watts, which of course it's practically impossible with these cells. It opens up on the side here, on the door. That just pops right open. It says Univ on it, so it is named in there. I guess Universal is their idea instead of Shogun. They sort of, looks like they couldn't decide whether to call it Shogun or Univ, but there's where our 18650 batteries go. I'll just move that focus down a little bit to get that visible. Let's pop these out. I'll show you guys that it's alternating batteries. This thing is far enough up so that it's easy to get them out. Let's put in my favorite cells. Home Tech Home Life cells. These things are great. It says Shogun, it turns on. So this thing's pretty straightforward. If you press this, like I said, you have different modes. There's power, and temperature, which includes nickel, titanium, stainless steel, and then 2 user settings, which is nice. And it also has a pod setting. Oops. When you're using your unipod or you need voltage. Pod is basically a voltage mode, but it's nice because when you're using your unipod or your elf tank or something, you can go on straight voltage. You can also use that your regular atomizers. I can't find my unipod right now. It was sitting right here. I put it aside before the show and it disappeared. We press 3 times again. I'll go back into power. And then I'll show you this last menu is the little configurator. This lets you set it from norm, soft, and user, which is a curve setting, which is a pretty nice little thing. When you get to the exit button, press up. You can set your TCR settings here, which is really cool. And last but not least, there is a settings menu that lets you reset the puff timer and then change the screen timeout. I have mine on 90 seconds just because it's a review and it's easier if it stays on. You can see a little flashing here on screen, and that's just because of the camera. It does not do that in real life, just so you know. As you can see here, the top's got a nice star bolt. They use star bolts there. 510. It's spring loaded inside there. And I really like this zinc finish. It's looked nice. It hasn't dinged. I've dropped this once. No marks. I'm sure it would have a mark, but it looks pretty nice. Here is our Katana Tank, and you guys have seen our Katana Tank review here on the channel. And as you know, I like this thing. This is their best tank. Their best mesh tank so far is the Katana. And they've made a big improvement to this. As you can see, my previous one, the lid was too loose. I mean, that literally just comes off in your pocket. There were some problems with that, but not anymore. This new one is absolutely tight. Uses an 810. If you guys are wondering what the difference between the Katana here and the little Mystique atomizer, the Mystique uses the baby coils and the Katana uses the full-size coils. So this is the same ones that they had in the diamond tank. Go in this guy. Your DMB coils will fit in the Mystique, and your DM coils will fit in the Katana tank. So they've kind of simplified it. This is your small one. This is your large one. This has a 510. This has an 810. Smaller coils, larger coils. Pretty nice. It has a triangular airflow at the bottom, but it's a dual Cyclops, as you'll see. I keep mine about right there on halfway-ish. I still think this is kind of noisy. You guys will see in just a minute. And we have good compatibility with the coils. The kit comes... Yippee, 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 yippee. Kit comes with an extra glass, which is nice. And a kit that includes the basic stuff you need, obviously, and some spare parts. Here is our extra dual coil, dual. I'm going to show you guys the new DM mesh coil too for the Katana. But this right here is their DM M2. As you can see, it's got hexagonal holes inside and a mesh. I have a theory. I'm going to need you guys to help me test that hexagonal non-square mesh makes better flavor. That's my theory, and so far that's worked. This is probably their best mesh coil so far from iJoy, so good job, guys. I like these at about 70 watts, maybe 75. And I had trouble at first getting these up to speed, but since then I haven't had any trouble, so I think I had one that wasn't quite good. Inside here right now, I have the DM mesh coil from the diamond tank. And as you'll notice, you can also take, let me just pull a few of these out. Oh, that's where I got this. The DM mesh coils work fine. This is the X3 mesh. Sure about these boxes. And the X3 mesh also fits in there great, and this is an absolutely delicious coil too. As you see there, it has a large, small bore, non-square mesh inside there. Right this very second, I'm going to use this amazing iJoy DM M2, which is pretty good. I still don't think these are quite where we're at with the Falcon and the Freemax, but these are still good. I really believe this is their best coil so far. Let's take some delicious Letizia from my friends over at Good Juice Vape. I went over and did a re-up the other day. It was delicious. Hello, y'all. And let's juice this up. It's always important to prime these coils, especially with these mesh coils that we get these days. Just going to let that soak in there. A little bit more. And I'm going to clean that out of the bottom. Just priming our coils. Prime, prime, prime. They're looking pretty good. Just making sure we have good flow here. Good and saturated. You really can't be too careful at this stage. Just saying. Okay, so here's the base. Screw that little guy in there. Doesn't look too bad. We'll take the top, screw it down on there. Hey, Naki, it's nice to see you. Hey, Jason Kennedy, James Rivera. Hey, if you're just tuning in, it's Eli Juicy Jones. This is Orbital Vaping Headquarters, and you're watching VapeAM, the morning show. Wednesdays and Saturdays, 8 o'clock Pacific. Join us. Click like and subscribe if you like these shows. Right now, today, we're looking at the iJoy Kit, the Shogun Kit. It's pretty fun. And we're unboxing it. Tell me where you're at, what you're vaping on if you just tuned in. And I'm going to get right back down here. We are just juicing this thing up for the first time here on the show anyway. I've been vaping this since I got it, obviously. And I just primed the coils. The new spring on the cap works way better. They've adopted this smock style cap, which everybody has one of these now. Just filling her up there. Whoops, I just squeezed a little too much in. It's no problem. There we go. Looks pretty good. Let's get that mod. It's on 75 watts. We're going to give that just one more second to keep soaking in. And I'll show you guys. It comes with a USB charging cable. It comes with a little manual in Chinese and English. And a little marketing and a warranty card. The manual does a good job of showing you how to do everything on the thing. There is no way to lock the buttons right now, and they have asked for that so far, but that isn't possible yet. I am going to take this cool green rubber band out and put it on here because it looks rad. Maybe it's glow in the dark. Would that be cool? It has a 510 adapter, which I think is great. Extra O-rings, extra glass, everything you need. And a little protector. This thing does actually not hit the ground when I drop the side, but this will make it. Yeah, now it does. It actually is just clear, but it still will probably break. These things go this way quite easily, like that. That looks kind of terrible, so I'm taking it off. Don't really like it very much. Let's vape on this thing. Got the air completely closed, which is no good, so I'm going to go fully open on the air. Just give it a clean. Yeah, no problem. Got everything out of there from the original fill. And I'm just going to put this on about 50 watts. We're going to start real slow. I always do this. Naki says the last RTA you ever had was a Griffin. Of course we remember the Griffin. It was almost my favorite one. Pretty good. It's only 50 watts, so it needs a lot more. I'm just trying to make sure the coils don't burn. Some of these mesh coils I've noticed, you got to make sure that they're completely primed before you start vaping them. Just saying, and don't run them empty. You'll notice that almost all of these have a new fill line look on them, and almost all of them want you to fill, not to vape on them if it's below this line. This one doesn't have the mark on it, but I'm sure they intend you to fill it up when you get right there. It's especially true with these mesh, I say, y'all. Too cold. Delicious blueberry. Okay, here we go. 74 watts, 75 watts. And it's good. It's too much air for me, so I have to turn it back down. The flavor's pretty good. We're not quite there in the same place where the Falcon is and the FreeMax Mesh Pro, but I still think we're doing really good. This one is just about as good as the coil art to me, which is pretty darn good. And it's been doing well. I don't really like it less than 75 watts. 70 actually is kind of my ceiling there because I like it a little warmer. But I've been having a good time with this. It's been pretty tasty. I think that I had a little bit of trouble with the first set of coils I got with my original Katana Tank. And this one, the coils they sent are better. So for some reason, it may just be the luck of the draw. I'm having better results with these coils. I absolutely love this new coil. And this kit is great. I mean, I have been enjoying looking at this kit, been enjoying playing with this kit, been enjoying touching this kit, using it. It's good in the pocket. It's not very big. I wish it were 2700. I think people think in their minds that 2700 mods have to be much bigger, and they had been making them bigger. But the truth is, I don't really see why. They really only need to be 2 millimeters bigger. So that's one in either direction. So I don't know why the mods all seem to be so much larger. They need to be a little longer, but they really don't have to be much wider, even though they're doing that anyway. I think in their minds, they think it's proportional. But I dig this thing. Check out the link in the bio. Let's talk about this thing more in depth during the hangout. If you're watching this on the replay, thank you so much. This is the main part is over. You can stick around and hang out, and we're going to go into this a little bit more in depth and talk about it some more. But otherwise, you're kind of off the hook. I hope all of you are having a great day. Thanks so much. Stick around if you're on the live or if you want to watch the discussion. And otherwise, join us on Saturday, and we're going to be here again, probably opening the capstone. I'm not 100% sure, but maybe. Thanks, Gary, for sending that in. And I hope everybody is having a great day. I love all you guys. Y'all stick around if you're watching live, like I said. And if you're on the replay, stick around too. I don't know. Thank you. Hello, 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 hello. It's live hangout time. I hope all you're having a nice one. Hey, Ed. Hey, Brady. Hey, Naki. Hey, Mike. Hey, Michaela. Hey, Gage. Hey, Ed. Did I say it already? Hey, Keith. What are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? What do you guys think of the new Shogun kit? I'm just putting a few things back into the kit here so that I can box it up. So I don't need to keep all these things around. I'll have the glass there. Got a few extra coils. I'm very excited about those. USB, which I do not need. This box is tough and it wasn't notched, so I'm leaving it open. We're going to stick it in there and put it on our Hall of Fame. A little boxy Hall of Fame. It's really cool. All right. Oops. There it is. So you know, one more thing I want to do. Actually, what we should do is try the 510 adapter. You guys want to do that together? I almost forgot about that. There's one in here, and they included it. All right. Let me just see that. It's in this little plastic guy. Yeah, why did I put that away? I intended to show you guys all the time. You guys know what a big fan I am of 510s because I really like them. I like a sort of warmer, lower wattage vape. So let me get this little guy out of here. There's some extra O-rings, which I do not want to lose. And the 510 adapter, which I will get one of my Petrie Dot Mod 510s, friction fit 510s on here. I can't get this off my finger, guys. That's tough. All right. So I think they've pretty much set their sights on the Vopo drag community there, as far as like the way this thing looks, and I really dig it. It comes in 6 nice, really colors. Very attractive. There is our 810 adapter, which was a little bit smaller, but. And what color should I pick? I think purple. Yeah, I think purple. I think so. There we go. Fits in there pretty easily. It's kind of a loose one, I guess. There it is. Got a 510. Let's check that out, shall we? Mike Burry next asking if it's resin. The doors are resin and the mod is metal. The drip tip is made of Teflon and aluminum, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yum. Oh, looks like Naki's sick. I'm so sorry you're not feeling well, buddy. Upper respiratory problems. That's horrible. So that looks pretty nice with that drip tip in it, and it tastes pretty good. I like this thing. It's not too bad. Chris Callahan says he's too cheap to constantly buy sub-ohm coils. I get that. I totally agree with you. He keeps a big baby beast for when he's working outside. Yeah, and in fact, interestingly enough, the big baby beast coils are the ones that are not quite compatible with this guy, unfortunately. The big baby beast coils will fit in here, in the Falcon. Pretty sure those are the same as the coil art as well. The coil art has the same coils. Looks like Knox says he's over the worst. So good. That's good. Sorry about that. Hey, Jason Kennedy, have a great day. Hope you're having a nice one. So yeah, it looks like they've kind of taken aim at the Vopo customers here, at that kind of design aesthetic. This thing is good. It feels good. It feels good in the pocket. I heard some reports of a few people having crooked 510s, and mine isn't. But you guys let me know if you see them. Mine looks like it's straight, but there are, apparently I got word that I might have gotten a crooked one and I didn't. Look at me. Ed said they've already gotten a shipment of those Drag 2 kits and they've already sold out of them. So they just got one and they sold out of it already. So they've had to restock a couple of times. So those Vopo kits are very popular. I think people are just trying to jump on the bandwagon. Nothing wrong with that. This is a good mod. I like the chip. It works pretty well. It's telling me what kind of mode I'm in. User mode, both batteries. Christopher Manis says that those baby beast coils also fit in the Capital Cascade Mini. Thanks. And Naki says, yeah, mine's straight. So I think mine's pretty straight. I've been staring at it, trying to find a flaw in it. You know how when someone tells you something's crooked, you're like, look at it and you're like trying to make it crooked. And so I keep hallucinating that I can make it go crooked, but I think it's straight. Like you say, I'm pretty sure. It looks like Brady says in PA there's a 40% tax on internal battery mods. So replaceable mods must be the way to go there. I just lament all of the crazy legislation that these insane legislators are coming up with to try to tax tobacco and make vaping difficult. I mean, the tobacco lobby is starting to win in their terrible war. Hopefully we can get some relief and get some of these crazy people out of the FDA, like freaking Ajit Pai. Oh my God, him and his networking and the FCC, he's terrible. And of course, Scott at the FDA is crazy. Crazy man. Christopher Manis says he meant to say Vaporesso. Oh, okay, great, thank you. Christopher Manis was talking about, I'll just back up a little bit. He was talking about his what did I do with your note? I lost it. Sorry, I can't find it right now. But anyway, what he meant was the Vaporesso. Thank you so much, not the Vopo. Yeah, you can buy tobacco with pipes and no extra taxes and online. Yep, it's absolutely insane. Yep. We need some people who are into science. 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 Insist that the people you vote for like science. That's what you should do. If you vote for someone for any office, you should ask them if they believe in science. And if they say, no, I would think the Bible made things work, or no, the world's only 6,000 years old, or no, climate change isn't real, you should not vote for them because they're fucking crazy. Anybody who says climate change isn't real is fucking crazy and a liar, or completely uneducated, misinformed. So we have to help people understand that it's real. It's not some fake shit. The fake shit are the lies trying to get you to ignore it so they can destroy our environment. So if you want them to destroy our environment, and if you want to live in a molten hellhole, then definitely keep voting for the liars who tell you climate change isn't real. But climate change is real, and it is happening, and it's going to annihilate our descendants' Earth. They're going to have to live in a freaking hellhole because of our idiocy, because we simply refuse to acknowledge science. So do not vote for anybody who says crazy lunatic shit like that. Only vote for people who say, I believe in proof and science and measuring and gauging and seeing what actually works. That's what we love on our channel. We love science and proof, not imaginary things. That's my thing. And Naki, climate change is not, we're not talking about natural climate change. You're dead wrong. Climate change, right now, we are accelerating climate change massively. There has never in the history of the entire Earth been a time when climate change has gotten so bad, so fast, and it's our fault. There is no argument against that. Anyone telling you anything besides that is lying to your face. And you have to ask yourself, why are they lying to you? Why are they telling you that isn't true? Ask them why they're telling you that it's not true. And the reason is always they have some financial interest in an industry that pollutes. So if you're in an industry that pollutes, you absolutely want to make sure no one believes that humans cause climate change, but humans cause global warming and have done it, and we are doing it. It makes me so angry how these anti-science people are out there just trying to sell lies to people that are completely not true, and the only purpose behind it is to fool people into voting for them so that they can destroy the environment and give their oil buddies or their EPA skirting buddies or whoever they are, they want to pollute the environment. I mean, there's a reason why we have good water in a lot of America, and it's because we passed the EPA. Nixon signed the Environmental Protection Act, created the EPA to make companies stop polluting. We had children dying, rivers on fire. If we don't get back to science, rivers are going to catch on fire again. It's one of those things. It's absolutely crazy. The nutcase, Naki, are people who think that humans puking carbon dioxide into the air are not causing global warming. That is a nutcase. You have to just willfully shut your eyes and refuse. You have to literally refuse to believe the truth on purpose. So I don't brook willful ignorance. People who decide to be ignorant on purpose, I don't tolerate that. And so, you guys hear me. I'm so hard on it. It's like, just don't do it. Don't believe those people. They're crazy. Tesla's, that's funny. Naki's talking about what a different world it would be if we'd adopted Tesla's technology and they turned that into a bigger business. And that is a cool question. That is something that I've thought about myself many, many times. And Michaela's saying she's giving away her Shih Tzus because they're going crazy. Well, I hope they're so cute. I love them. I'm sorry I went on a big rant about that, but man, I got to tell you guys, here on Overworld Vaping headquarters, we are very into science. And science is what determines how high our standard of living is, what our birth rates are, what our infant death rates are, and all of those things. And if we don't start focusing on science again, America is going back into the dark ages, and it's going to be dead children being delivered, nobody gets medical care. I mean, we already have a pretty terrible healthcare system in this country where people go bankrupt from getting sick. So most people in the world think that's absolutely insane, which so do I, personally. It says, Brandon says, yesterday he was at Want, which may be Walmart. Yeah. I think capes are great. I don't see what the problem with the cape is. Now, flesh-colored tights, there's something else. We can certainly agree that flesh-colored tights are not the way to go. We wear capes. Dawn has made a couple of them out of knit. They're really nice, actually. But hey, You know, to distinguish yourself at Walmart, that doesn't sound very distinguished at Walmart, though. Think about that, Brandon. It's like, I've seen some stuff at Walmart that makes me just go, whoa. Have you guys checked out those? I shouldn't even go on this tangent, but have you guys checked out those, like, caught in Walmart? Oh, Brandon. I totally missed your point. She was vaping in the store. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. What was that? Did I misread that? Okay, so when you type in vaping on phones a lot, it says caping. I'm so sorry. That's so funny. Oh, good times. Good times. I can't read. Who knows I can read? Who knows? Michaela says that about the pack leader, it's her dogs that are the pack leaders for sure. That's so funny. George is asking, does the tank sit flush or does it have a gap? You know, the tank sits flush. It's the atomizer. It's the RD. I'm sorry. The tank sits flush. It's the mod that has a little riser on the 510. iJoy started doing this a couple of years ago, putting a little bit of a lip on those so they don't scratch the top of the mods. It doesn't bother me in the slightest, but it's a thing with iJoy mods. They all do this. Like this one has a little riser on it, which I really like. And the only real result is that your atomizers don't really scratch up the top of the things. See, it's not very scratchy. And Brandon Teff says, yeah, but it's no wonder that anti-vaping stuff comes up all the time. People are just sitting there vaping in the middle of Walmart. He's absolutely right. Do not vape in the middle of stores, y'all. Don't vape where people aren't smoking. If you can't smoke there, don't sit there and vape. If you're going to vape somewhere where people are, go into a bathroom and use a stealth vape like one of the little pods or something. Be polite. And this is, I think, what he's saying is be polite. Don't make us look bad. Don't embarrass vapors by just chucking clouds in the middle of the grocery store or right in the middle of Walmart with your freaking skin-colored tights and your cape on. See, funny joke. Call back. Yeah, don't do that. Brandon's dead right about that. And Gage is saying that some of them have a little gap on his and it drives him crazy. So this might drive you crazy. I mean, it's big enough to put a piece of paper into. But it's quite deliberate in this case. So there's that. You know, if that drives you crazy, it might. And Brady says that the raised 510 might be in case of juice overflowing. Maybe so. It's hard to say. Vape Nucky says that he basically just doesn't really vape around other people, just trying not to blow it in their face. Yeah, be polite. Everybody, Orbital Vaping Headquarters, you guys are all, the JJH crew, HQ crew, you guys are all really polite. I love you. Let's have a Walmart walk. Mike Bergenack's asking how the flavor is. The flavor is good. The flavor is good. This is one of my favorite juices. This is Latidza Blue. It's blueberry vanilla cake from the Philippines, or Guam, or Samoa. I'm not exactly sure which place it comes from. And it tastes good in here. It tastes really good. I love this vape. It's one of the flavors that I know what it tastes like, so I like to use it for testing. The flavor on this is great. If I had to criticize this tank, for me, it would be that it's a little bit too airy, even at the lower settings. And so I like it just to be a little bit more concentrated. So I personally prefer maybe the Aspire Cleto Pro a little more just for myself. But I've been vaping on this ever since it came in the mail, and I've been very pleasantly surprised by the flavor on these coils. Thank you, iJoy. They have been working really hard, and they've been throwing a bunch of stuff at the wall to see if it sticks. And I think they finally have something, in my opinion. So it's pretty good. Gage says it's finally snowing in East Tennessee. Oh, nice. My girlfriend is from Tennessee originally, Tennessee and Connecticut, and she talks about it fondly all the time. I have family in Kentucky myself. Ed's got to go. Hope everyone has an awesome day. I hope you do too, Ed. We have to go here in just within about 10 minutes. We're going to wrap this up. Nucky says that at Walmart, he's a 6 normally, but at Walmart he's a 10. I never thought of that, like what my Walmart scale is. Maybe my Walmart scale would make me a 10 too. We should all go to Walmart and be a 10. I have a funny photo of me at Walmart with a funny hat on, if you guys want to see it. When I went to Dallas this last time, I'm not sure if I told you guys. I probably did. But we went to Walmart looking for Halloween costumes and stuff, even though we were in Dallas. We weren't going to be there for Halloween, but we decided just to do it anyway. And I have one funny photo of me. I think I do anyway. I'm looking through all my stuff. There they are. That's funny. There it is. Ha ha. That's me at Walmart on vacation. Pretty fun. Michaela got 7 inches of snow. My goodness, that is a lot of snow. Jeez. Oh, Brandon made an infinity scarf yesterday. That's fantastic, dude. That's cool. You know, my girlfriend knits, and she's making an infinity scarf right now for her sister, which is really cool. I'd love to see a photo of that if you've got one. That's super cool. Yeah, crochet is good. That's like a good hand-eye thing. Like crocheting and knitting and stuff like that. That's a clever idea. Where'd you get that idea, Brandon? That's cool. Wow. That's interesting. I know it's a terrible thing that you were injured, but it's interesting to hear some of these things that happen and some of the thinking that goes into some of the recovery stuff. And I'm just glad to hear that. I'm just glad that we're sitting here chatting and that you're sitting here talking to us online because, as you know, you guys all know Brandon was injured and he has had brain surgery here the week before last, and he's doing well. Those of you who haven't already, click on the link in the description. I didn't have it in this, oh crap, I didn't put it in this video, but it's in the last video or the one before, I forget, and there's a link to his GoFundMe. But if you want to, just come to Discord and we'll get you that link again if you guys want. Always join us on Discord, click on the link in the bio, and we're sitting there chatting all day about vaping, exchanging photos, talking about the gear we want, and all of that stuff, prices. Talk about that a lot. Brandon says he just thought it up out of the blue. That was a cool idea. Hand-eye. That's a good idea. Maybe you can pick up knitting too. That's a little tougher. I see my girlfriend knitting, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that's actually very challenging and very mathematical. You have to make out these little numerical plans and like count your knits. It's kind of cool. My friend Emo, a good friend of mine, he is also a knitter and makes his own gloves and stuff. And he had to work pretty hard. He worked a few years to be able to make gloves, which is cool. Knock loves homemade knitted beanies. That's right. Oh, she made you a new one every winter. That's really nice. And Brady says beer pong is hand-eye for elites. There's another one. You can move up to beer pong when you're ready, Brandon. That's nice. Well, I gotta say, I'm having a nice time, but we have to wrap it up here pretty soon. It's been about 5 minutes since I said it was going to be 10 minutes, and so we gotta go. I love all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in to Orbital Vaping Headquarters. You know I'm Juicy Jones. This is Orbital Vaping Headquarters. The show's VapeAM, and on Saturday, I think we're going to do the capstone. If you guys have other ideas, let me know. Also, I want to know what your ideas are for the best of the year. So we're doing the best of the year. I've got mesh tanks, super sub-ohm tanks. I've got RDAs, devices, accessories, whatever you guys want. I think I know pretty much what I think my favorite stuff of the year is, and I want to know what you think. So chime in here, chime in the description here, and all of you, I'll see you on Saturday. Make sure you leave me some comments. I love all you guys, and thanks so much. Yum! Thank you so much.